Hey guys, Rick Hogg with War HOGG Tactical, and I want to tell you why I'm so excited as far as using airsoft products into my firearm training regimen. So when I was at SHOT Show, I wound up going to the EVIC booth, and there they had the gun power target. So between the combination of EVIC's great airsoft, especially seeing how we can get the Archon Type B from the EMG, and then the gun power electronic target, man, this sold me. So I was the guy that thought, hey, airsoft is just this thing, the kids running around out in the woods shooting each other. I did not realize the importance that it could have towards my firearms training until I wound up using that gun power target. So let's go down there. Let's talk about all the features. And again, I'm just gonna kind of briefly go over them so you guys are tracking, but this thing here will definitely change your firearms training. So guys, really what you see is I have the electronic target here, but I also have this control box. The beauty with this control box, you can see it's nice and big, so I'm able to use my feet to actually control it. I can leave it sitting down there on the ground, and I can scroll through my different targets. So what I want to do is just kind of show you some of the different options we have. So obviously, you know, when it comes to zeroing, it's just that. It gives me a target that I can sit there and hold. So especially with my carbine, if I'm doing my point of aim, point of impact, that'll really tell me, hey, where's things are at. On training number 2, basically you can see it's set up similar to just like a dueling tree. However, there is some added features in there where it'll go from a dueling tree. You'll also have an IPSC target with some spots in there. So it kind of gives you some different options there. You know, training 1, you can kind of see the shoot, no shoot. So it gives us some variety that we can add in there. And then on the target side, it just gives us a straight bullseye target. So now we can actually work on practicing having good marksmanship. So coming to our criminal target, you can see it's a threat target. Gives me a good kind of box there, point to aim at. Same thing with the hostage target. You know, again, a percentage type target where if I'm military, law enforcement, or even just a law-abiding citizen, there may be a time where I've got to take that percentage shot. And being able to train at your house for that, man, absolutely phenomenal. The shot timer 1 is probably one of my favorites, and I'll get into that a little more. And then really the aiming one, which is great about this, is just kind of chasing that dot around, being able to engage it. So I just want to hit on the shot timer 1. So what you can see just from this small picture, it does a couple things for me. 1, yes, I have the large IPSC target, but then I also have these smaller boxes or target ID, which we actually run on the range. I can duplicate that here. The only thing is I just need somebody to either call it out, or if I had something like 3x5 cards, I could have them sitting in my training area. I could grab the card, see, hey, number 5, engage the 5, blue triangle, whatever the case may be, it gives me some options. The other thing that we have to understand is working with airsoft, we've got some cons where we can't use our pro timer, and this shot timer here, this will actually let us do it. So what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of fire here just so you guys can see some of the different target arrays. We'll skip through them a little bit, and that way you guys will have an idea what this gun power electronic target will do and why this thing sold me. So again, I'm just kind of working the box up here at the higher point. The nice thing is, you know, the buttons are big, but I can actually use it going down to the bottom. So when I place it down on the ground, I can just use my foot there to operate it. So where I've got the both targets, I've got both boxes, I'm gonna primarily focus on the right target. Remember guys, since we are shooting, and the nice thing with this target, it'll give you a reminder. So what you'll see is when I get it there, I press the button, automatically it's giving me my safety brief, right? So just a quick reminder, should I forget, because I can't stress enough, iPro. Boom, it's already telling me there, so should I forget? Good pause point, here we go. We'll get our glasses on. And then the other thing I have to know is going back to safety, right? What's the status of my firearm? Or in this case, my airsoft tool. So I come up, just like I'd normally do my War HOGG administrative. You know what? There's nothing in there, so this gives me a prime point to load. Now, the nice thing is, what I can also do is, yes, I have the ability to hit the buttons, but I can also use my airsoft as well. So I can sit there, go to the agree button, have my sights line up, sit there and take my shot. Again, gives me another safety brief. So if for some reason I happen to forget, no problem, I'm good to go, and I'm ready to go. So I'm listening, told me stand by. So again, I could work whatever I wanted. I opted there for 2. I could sit there, I could go, and then sit there, transition to a headshot, numerous different things. But now we can look at the different number color sequence up there where I can go, all right, hey, I'm gonna shoot on the upper left-hand side, all the ones in yellow. So I present out, I sit there, align. And you could see what was happening. I was starting to lose a little bit of gas out of there. You could hear that, and I could feel it as far as the recoil goes. And again, it's just one of the slight limitations you have to understand when you're working your airsoft. But what we'll do is we'll walk down, we'll take a look and just kind of lay out what our score was. So guys, now you can see I've got a complete layout. So where my shot timer won't normally work, in this electronic target it does. So it lays everything out, telling me, hey, my quickest split, for example, was right there. Kind of obviously my number first shot was, hey, when this thing told me stand by, go, I either saw the box kind of moving or it was a little bit low, but it also gave me the audible as far as the tone. Kind of lays everything out. I can see my hits, my misses, obviously a long point in there just from me talking. It's all right. But again, it records the entire time. The other thing too is with this screen, you notice when the rounds were hitting, it was basically hitting there and then falling down to this catch tray. So now if I want to sit there and reuse my BBs, I've got the catch tray I can use. The other thing is, so for this particular model, this is their 32-inch size model. What you're going to see is it's going to get cut down to a 24-inch, which is going to end up being a huge cost saving. So this model right here running roughly around $2,000. When we cut it down to the 24-inch, we're looking at $500. That's a huge price savings. And to me, that's something that should be in every single house. So if you look at the tape measure here, just so you get a rough reference where we're at, kind of working my diagonal, you know, so right down here where my thumb is, that's going to be the size of the screen. To me, that works out perfect. So it still allows me, you know, basically from here on up, still should have all the same target sets, and that's going to allow me to do some more things when I'm at the house. So again, the beauty is this target here is what can help drive you, keep track of what your training is, and push you to the next level. Let's go back here and run our carbine. So again, one thing I need to remember, right? When I was shooting that last go around, I was kind of losing a little bit of gas power, so probably be a good point at this point because I want to keep ammo management on me to go ahead and at least get these mags swapped out. So again, I've practiced my mag change, so we're good to go. All right, so what we're going to set up is we'll go to training number 1. So I'm just going to use my foot pedal to go down, and then over on, for the target on the left, I can hit that one. And then I can set up for the same thing on my shot timer. And then what we'll do just for this one here, as we're dancing back and forth, we'll hit that one. So I'll drive off the first one. So again, you see that the target on the left gives me a different option. That's fine. I can come back. And again, I went too quick because it was only looking for 2 shots. I needed to read in the upper left-hand corner for that left target. It tells me exactly what I need. So I'll finish it up with my headshots. And then come back to our plates. And then it finishes everything out. Now we can go down there, take a look, and see what's going on. So let's just do a quick review of what we had for our targets. So again, on the full-size IPSC target, you can see where this all kind of laid everything out. Gave me all my breakdowns as far as what my hits were, my splits. My quickest one was the 1-2 there, and then kind of gave me an overall score. Now the beauty with this is if you set these up in a way, I can know, hey, how fast am I going from target 1, target indexing to target 2, coming back. But you saw with this one, I got a little overzealous because I didn't look at the instructions. It said only shoot 2. I shot that third one, and what happened, as soon as that thing transitioned, boom, it was in that no shoot. So again, we've got to pay attention to what information this is telling us. Lays out exactly what we had. Hey, here was our total hits, our miss, our total on that, and just kind of lays everything out. And we can see, hey, there are my shots there. my shots there, and then you can see where my shots were on the other target. And then obviously with our plate rack, we can see that as well. So again, this gives us a quick snapshot as the shooter where everything's sitting at and kind of how well we performed at this particular level. So guys, I got to tell you, when it comes to the EVIC product line, as far as their airsoft tools out there, when it comes to this gunpowder target, I think the proof is in the pudding. You guys kind of saw right there, these simple drills done in the house. Here I am actually working multi-target engagement, working different variable skills that sometimes could be difficult out there on the regular flat range. And here I am training. Oh, and the beauty is I can train whenever I want. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I want to get some training in, no problem. Fire up my target. There's a volume control on it, turn it down, and the only thing you're hearing is just kind of the gas go. And this way, between this target, those tools, I can greatly improve my firearm skills. And God forbid I'm ever in a deadly force encounter, I will have the skills to prevail.